Hi, I'm Andy Pennington from Float in Glasgow. We specialise in architectural 3D visualisation for architects, interiors, urban designers and so on and so forth. My background is in architecture and Float's going to be about 6 years old soon, but I've been doing architectural visualisation for something in the region of about 25 years. I think sometimes it's quite hard to quantify unknowns. I think sometimes when you know that you need to improve in certain areas, what you need is a little bit of structure and guidance and help. And I think when we joined the CLIC programme, that was what we were really hoping for, was just a little bit of guidance on proper methodologies maybe for distilling information and for giving us a wee bit more clarity on what innovation is and a wee bit of a step up on what we can do internally to be more innovative. So I think for me, distinguishing red ocean versus blue ocean was a big thing for us. I think we were quite clear on what red ocean was naturally, just through the runnings of business. But I think the notion of blue ocean seems very far away. You know, when you don't understand what it means to establish yourself in that and how you get the pathway to that, blue ocean feels like a distant thing. And I think describing that and clarifying that for us was really, really important and a real breakthrough in terms of our thinking about what innovation actually is. I think the programme's been massively beneficial in terms of like an education on innovation, but I think actually the most rewarding thing has been kind of the release of our minds a little bit. I think what's become clear, which I think is something that happens in everyday business and everyday things, is that sometimes we're our own worst enemies, we're our own worst blockers. I think what the programme did was it started to release my mind as to what we needed to really do and consider an innovation, kind of get out of our own way. And I think it worked really quickly. And I think we've started to move on it right away on that basis. So I think the most valuable thing is just that belief that actually this is achievable and that we can definitely do it. So actually, we didn't really hang about. Very soon after we started the CLIC programme, we started taking away our weekly lessons learned there and started an innovation workshop right away. So firstly, we got the leadership together and we started engaging the team on how to break down bottlenecks and remove them. And I've now set up a sort of roadmap, if you like, for the team to innovate on their own and for them to have empowerment to basically do that. And you know, I didn't feel like we even needed to wait till the end of the course to do that. I think we took so much away from even the early stages that right away we felt, let's move on this. I think possibly what surprised me most was how much I thought I knew but didn't. Because I think when you come into these things, you know, the word innovation is used a lot. You hear it everywhere, and I think everyone sort of feels like they have a sense of what it is and how it could apply. But I think it's only when we or I had the structure broken down in the way that we have, with like SWOT analysis and SMART strategies and things like that, it's only then that I really realized there's a whole other approach to this problem that we haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg yet. It's far deeper than I imagined. And so I think that's where programs like this have been really valuable for me personally. That kind of structure and direction, I think has been the most valuable thing probably. I think one of the challenges we faced was grappling with the concept of ecosystems. And again, I feel like we understood that going into it, but when we actually reevaluated that, we realized our understanding of our ecosystem was probably all wrong. And I think that is going to change the way that we do this. I think we approached it less of where we were in the ecosystem and more where the services that we provide exist within the ecosystem of those services. But that was hard going, and I think we definitely took some lessons away from that. So that's going to inform us moving forward as we continue to evolve our services. We went straight into our workshop, and from that have already come several ideas. We to some degree have been innovating up to this point in small, casual ways. But ideas are starting to formulate now around the use of AI, for example, and how we integrate that into the way that we work. And I think that the programme has made us very much realise how seriously we need to take that. And with the sort of the building blocks that it's kind of given us now, and the understanding of process, I think we'll be in a far better place to successfully bring this forward than we were before. I think this programme has value to everybody, actually, but the people I would be most inclined to present that to would be actually the skeptics, because I think, as I say, we come in with a degree of understanding, or thinking we understand what innovation is and how to approach it. But I think that was the biggest lesson we learned, was that our preconceptions were wrong, you know, and that we needed better understanding, better structure. So for me, I feel like this programme has offered clarity. I think it's really shed some light on things that we needed to understand to progress and move forward. But I think above all of that, it's actually provided motivation, because I think we, as I say, we didn't wait, you know, till the end. From week 2, we were already implementing what we were learning, and we've now realised actually that the innovation isn't just something that we need to apply every now and again. We actually understand now that it needs to be one of the core values of our business. So I think clarity and motivation is what it brings, and I would invite anybody who is a skeptic or non-skeptic to give it a shot and have your thoughts tested on that.